What's up, guys? Welcome to el Mexican Soccer Podcast. Yo soy el Super Mojado y aquí estamos una vez más trayéndoles otro episodio de este podcast bien perrón. And today me acompaña Fernando y mi gran amigo Luis Tocayo. How you doing, man? Welcome, guys. But hold on, lo estoy yendo muy rápido. Let's remind everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel. En el Trio Online, el Mexican Soccer Channel, el Mexican Soccer Podcast, estamos ahí, estamos en Facebook, estamos en Twitter, estamos en Twitch, en todos lados, chavos. Bienvenidos ahora sí. Welcome to this Liguilla edition. La semifinal arrancaron, muchachos. We already are one game into the semifinals. Y fue un game muy aburrido, ¿eh? What do you guys think? Luis, ¿cómo estamos?
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, no, I wasn't able to catch the full game yesterday, but what I did see from the highlights, I mean, it was a game that left a lot to be desired. And even though it was a full stadium, right, which I think it wasn't supposed to be, it was kind of a full stadium.
Yes.
So
yes, they were. You know, a los paisas les dicen, oh, let's open the door, and then they bring the whole family in. Yeah, you can bring 20 people, and they bring 40. Fernando, did you get a chance to catch this game, or did you fall asleep like I was doing throughout the game?
I actually did fall asleep. Nada más vi el primer tiempo, empecé a ver el segundo tiempo y me quedé dormido. Un poco de ataque de Pachuca, pero definitivamente no un partido de semifinal.
Definitely. This was like one of the most, I think the most boring game that we had so far in Liguilla, right? I mean, el 0-0. This is the only one so far.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, mira, guys, can we, I mean, yo creo que la ventaja, I think the advantage is going to be for Pachuca in the next game because acuérdense que hay gol de visitante, what matters in this Liguilla, in this stage still. Do you guys think that is this the beginning of la CruzAzuleada? I mean, I know that we talk about this in every stage during this Liguilla, but hey, 0-0 is definitely a disadvantage, no?
Yeah, I mean, Cruz Azul has to be very careful. Ya vimos que contra América el Pachuca metió gol en los primeros 5 minutos. Y si eso le llega a pasar a Cruz Azul, se van a meter en serios problemas porque regresar de un gol tempranero cuando saben que tienen que meter 2 y que no les metan, muy complicado. It's a lot of pressure for Cruz Azul.
Claro, Luis, we're gonna go see the graphic about what happened during the semifinals. We got the graphic for the semifinals. Tonight we're gonna have the second game is Santos Puebla. But again, mira, 0-0, Luis, the same question. Do you think this is a disadvantage for Cruz Azul or they have it under control?
no, I think it's a big disadvantage for Cruz Azul only because, I mean, they didn't score a goal. So Pachuca, all they need to do is score one goal. They can sit back in the second leg and pretty much just have Cruz Azul come at them. And then, I mean, obviously, that's the added pressure. And then we still have the pressure of the CruzAzuleada, right? I mean, everyone talks about it every single time. The players, they probably don't talk about it as much, but I mean, they know the fans talk about it. The media talks about it. Todos hablan de eso. So, I mean, that's going to be extra pressure added on to already a 0-0 game in the first match. So,
yes, and we have the stats here. I mean, not that we're going to show anything, right? But we're going to show you the stats of how this game went down. And nothing that really stands out. I mean, 0-0 never really, you can never, even if you have a lot of shots, it doesn't, show anything. You're right. I mean, this game was 0-0. They're never exciting, in my opinion. And mira, it was very, very close game. All right. They didn't have a lot of clear opportunities. Pachuca had one that it would have been a checkmate. Do you guys think it would have been checkmate if Pachuca had a 1-0 lead going into the second game? Fernando?
Just because it's against Cruz Azul, yes. You know, if it was against America, I mean, we saw America almost came back, but Cruz Azul I don't think Cruz Azul has the ability to come back as America did. But regardless of who has the advantage or not, this is not the Cruz Azul that we saw for like the whole tournament. So if Cruz Azul steps into the field on Saturday playing that type of soccer, they're not gonna go very far.
Yes, definitely. Well, La CruzAzuleada ghost continues to follow them. Remember last stage, the same thing happened to them when they lost, right? They lose or they tied the last game. They tied the last game as well, right? In Toluca. Let's see.
No,
the second leg they won.
They tied, right? The first leg.
No, they lost.
Okay, they lost. Never mind. The 2-1. Yeah, so that's what it was. But yeah, it was the same thing. It was due to a lack. The first one, it was due to one move from the técnico that nobody could understand why you keep your two best players on the bench. This time they played. What difference did it make? Can you one of you two guys tell me what difference did it make? Because 0-0 siendo un equipo que pues venía ahí metiendo muchos goles también, and well through the last 3 or 4 tournaments, I should say, because this tournament they were winning by ahora sí que diferencias the minimum differences. And guys, tell me, like, what difference did it make?
Bueno, si no hubieran puesto a los mejores jugadores, Pachuca sí les gana. Pachuca está mucho mejor que Toluca y por eso es que quedaron 0-0. Pero si hubiera empezado el partido sin Romo y sin el Cabecita o Orbelín, los hubieran destruido.
Definitely. Yeah, and I mean, we have to realize also that, I mean, Pachuca is coming in hot. I mean, they beat Chivas in the repechaje game, so they have that going with them. They just come off beating America, so their confidence is sky high. I mean, they feel like probably the Cruz Azul is also not going to be a problem to get through, especially after going 0-0 in the first match. I mean, Pachuca tiene toda la ventaja. So I think right now, Cruz Azul, maybe the players might be doubting. I mean, yes, like CruzAzuleada is probably on the back of their minds whether they want to admit it or not, but I mean, it's getting close to that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, before we move on from this topic, I just want to ask one last question, guys. How do you guys see the next game going down? I mean, should Cruz Azul go like full on and to the attack, or should they be more careful and be patient, and eventually the result will come? Fernando?
They have to go full on. They can't hold back at all. They have to go full on and play the soccer that they've been playing throughout the whole tournament. Scoring goals, usar al Cabecita es una pieza clave y usarlo como lo usaron todo el torneo para que no le den chance al Pachuca de que les meta gol y que los pongan todavía una más desventaja a Cruz Azul.
Claro, Luis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in agreement with Fernando. I mean, they have to go right away from the get-go, full steam ahead. I mean, if Pachuca con un gol que meta, Cruz Azul tiene que meter dos. So every single time Pachuca makes a goal, Cruz Azul will have to make two. So why not right away go after the first goal to secure at least some kind of positioning and be at an advantage?
Well, porque si se va a defender, si se va y se defiende todo el partido y le meten un gol en el minuto 85 por algún error, ya se les acabó la semifinal.
Claro. The good thing is that they have to win. They just have to win the game. They don't have to do anything else. They don't have like a goal disadvantage. So as long as they win the game, they're on to the next round. Hey, mira, vamos a mandarle saludos de volada aquí a Noel Garcia. Saludos. Y mi fan número 1, my fan number 1, está aquí, Super Dragón. Mira, dice, luego tirando piedrazos. Saludos, Super Mojado. ¿Cómo les va a las Chivas esta semana? No te preocupes. We're gonna come back stronger, mi Super Dragón. For next season. All right, guys. Well, let's move on to the next leg. The next game, I should say. Santos contra Puebla. What can we expect from this game? And I believe we have some stats on how they did during the season. If the producer nos puede dar estos stats, ahí está. Mira, tenía...
¿Empataron 0-0?
Claro, empataron 0-0. Entonces, again, not much to show, but aquí están los stats que controló el partido Santos. They did control the game a little bit with 20 shots over 10 by Puebla. only 3 on target, despite having 20 goals on 20 shots, I should say. Only 3 on target, 4 by Puebla, and possession. Santos had the possession over there. Can we expect the same thing for this game? Are we gonna see another 0-0 boring?
I hope
boring
not.
0-0, or are we gonna see any goals? What do you guys think, Luis? Let's start with you.
Honestly, unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be another probably tight game, 0-0, 1-0. I mean, it kind of seems like Puebla, that's the way they like playing as well. I mean, you saw the game against Atlas in the second game. They came back and won 1-0. So, I mean, I feel like it's going to be another game that's going to be decided in the second leg.
Well, it could be, It could be. And now, guys, Fernando, actually, mira, un Puebla Santos in a semifinal. This is really like not normal to see, right? I mean, y luego un Puebla, it usually isn't the opposite, right? That Santos has a good season and then Puebla just made it de panzazo. But this time is the opposite. Puebla fue uno de los equipos que metió más goles during the regular season. Can we expect a lot of goals out of this game? Or?
Mira, este partido me suena a un partido muy aburrido. Si me lo pones en la temporada regular, igual y no me siento a verlo. But right now, since it's a semifinal, y después de lo que vimos ayer, no puede estar peor. La verdad, no puede estar peor que lo de ayer. Yo creo que Puebla sabe que esta es una oportunidad que no se le va a presentar muy seguido de llegar a las semifinales, y la va a aprovechar y va a ir con todo. Igual, yo creo que el Puebla sí gana.
I think, mira, I think that Puebla, being in third place, I think they have an opportunity to give us a good espectaculo. And I really hope that there is at least one goal in this game. It's like I don't want to go to sleep that early tonight. I want to be able to stay until the end of the game. So, Luis, I mean, Ormeño, vamos a ver a Ormeño esta vez. You think, porque lo han estado dejando en la banca, ¿crees que lo va de arranque esta noche o?
I mean, I think he has to. Tiene que. I mean, he's playing pretty much. He already has other teams trying to scout him, right? Trying to poach him away from Puebla. So, I mean, it could probably be also maybe a strategy for the future that Puebla doesn't want to play him. But I mean, I do think Ormedios is going to come out, and I think he's going to be the deciding factor actually in this series.
Bueno. All right, guys, and let's move on to the topic. Este es un topic that I think is like overpowering, like la liguilla, Es una papa caliente que pues está revolucionando el fútbol mexicano, la llegada de el Piojo Herrera a los Tigres. It is official. Piojo will be joining Tigres, as the head coach next season. What are your thoughts about this, Fernando? What do you think? ¿Vamos a ver un Super Herrera aquí o qué?
Creo que no es para tanto. La llegada de Miguel Herrera a los Tigres no se me hace un escándalo mayor, porque pues, es que casi lo sacaron del retiro, no se lo trajeron de un equipo, estaba detenido por un buen tiempo, entonces igual y pues va a estar fuera de forma de entrenador, ¿no? Y,
solo fue un torneo, Fernando.
No, tampoco sí, se me hizo eterno, pero también cómo terminó el torneo con América, terminó muy mal.
Bueno, si le preguntas a Luis, yo creo que sí, because le dolió esa eliminación con las Chivas. But Luis, mira, you've been an America fan, right? You are an America fan, right?
Yeah,
Let's
of course.
Just confirm
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
All right, being an America fan. Mira, Piojo has had a good career. I think he has one of the most successful careers de muchos técnicos. And do you like what he did with America? Do you like what he did with la selección more, or con uno de los otros equipos? Because he has had, like I said, great seasons with most of the things that he goes on to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously his first stint, I thought with America was amazing. I mean, he brought pretty much more motivation to the players. It was an era, at least his first era with America, which was awesome to see. I mean, we had the first championship, right, with the Moises Muñoz goal, the incredible go in the final. But I mean, that was an amazing stint with him. Then he went over there to the selección, and I thought he did an amazing World Cup. Unfortunately, he had that incident with the reporter, but that cost him the seat right there at the selección. But on his second stint, I also thought he was doing well in the beginning, but I think his time kind of had to come into an end, right? I mean, the team wasn't performing as well, even though they were winning. I mean, they weren't performing to the standard that America expects, right? So I think with this stint with America and the selección, I think he did amazing. He did a good job, and it was time to leave for him to leave. But I think with Tigres now, I think honestly, I think it's a perfect fit. I mean, they needed someone else, another coach that had some kind of character, some kind of, I don't know, some kind of persona, right? To pretty much manage. You have Guiñac in there. You have El Portero, forgot his name right now.
Sí,
Nahuel Guzman.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's two characters, pretty much players that you have on the field that are pretty much hot-headed. They like controversy and all that. And I mean, what kind of other coach do you have right now in the LigaMXEng that was available that could pretty much fill that role and complement those players as well? And I mean, for me, I think he was a perfect replacement for El Tuca.
Yes, of course. No me desagrada. And let's go see a graphic here showing some of his most recent career, o su trayectoria aquí, que tenemos del Piojo Herrera, empezando con el América. El América, 102 games, 52 wins, 23 draws, and 24 losses with an average of 53% accuracy. Who obvio estuvo con la selección, 36 games, 19 wins, 10 draws, 7 losses, 52%, 0.8% accuracy también con la selección. Estuvo con Tijuana, 74 games, 33 games won, 18 draws, 23 losses, with a 44.6% accuracy. Y tuvo la otra etapa también con América, 100. This is the most recent one, right? Or is this 175, 87, yep. 180, 43 draws and 45 losses, 49.7 accuracy. Este es uno de los más recientes, because let's remember also que dirigió a Monterrey, dirigió a Tecos.
Si la gente piensa que Tigres va a seguir jugando igual de bien como lo hizo con el Tuca ya que llegue el Piojo, creo que van a estar decepcionados. No porque sea mal entrenador, sino porque ellos ya están, después de 10 años, están acostumbrados a un tipo de fútbol, y llegando el Piojo va a cambiar muchísimo las cosas. No creo que vaya a ser tan fácil que se acople. Igual me calla la boca, ¿no? Pero no creo que vaya... Si los aficionados de Tigres esperan que Tigres continúe igual, no lo van a hacer.
Pero ¿por qué no, Fernando? I mean, look, I also believe that the Tigres players needed some kind of new refreshment, right? Something to motivate them again. I feel like probably maybe hearing the same voice over and over again for a certain amount of years, it might get tone deaf, right? The players might tune out, something like that. And I think the Piojo is the perfect guy to bring in to pretty much reinvigorate that motivation within all those players.
No, I like him. I think Piojo definitely. I wouldn't mind having him on the Chivas, of course, but he already said that he would never coach Chivas. But I think
who would? I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone would right now.
I think he is a great coach. I think that he definitely has good numbers. I like his numbers. And I think he's a right fit for Tigres. But now, let me ask you this question, and this question probably you guys, I don't know how you guys are gonna take it, but is Piojo Herrera better than Tuca Ferretti, or cómo lo califican, Fernando?
No, el Tuca Ferretti es un dios de entrenadores. Ese güey es el mejor entrenador de México en los últimos años. Y el Piojo, pues no creo que le llegue ni a los talones.
Luis?
I mean, if you go based off actual results, I mean, you can't deny that El Tuca, I mean, he took Tigres to second place in the Club World Championships, right? I mean, that's something that right now hasn't happened in CONCACAF. So, I mean, I don't think you can put Piojo above him, even if I wanted to.
Yeah, well, but I definitely think I don't think he's better coach or not yet. Anyways, but I think he definitely is one of the best coaches in Mexico that we have, and he, believe me, I think he can win big things with Tigres as well. So
bueno, pues es que con dinero los Tigres, aunque metan a cualquier entrenador, si tienen dinero y los jugadores, cualquiera lo saca.
Pero ahí está Monterrey también tienen dinero y jugadores y de dónde están ahorita.
No, pero es que el Vasco no es bueno.
Well, yeah, I mean, el Vasco viene regresando también, but anyways, I mean, we already said this, but now, do you guys think that how would you guys remember? Because I know, like, con la selección, he went to the World Cup and he said tuvo un amargo, un sabor de boca amargo because not finishing his, ahora sí que etapa como quiso, los sacaron, fue something similar to América. How do you guys remember more him? Like, con América sí o con la selección? Or you guys would like to see him go back to la selección one day?
Mira, lo recuerdo mucho con América por lo que hizo, ¿no? Sacó a la América campeón ganando la Cruz Azul en los últimos minutos y eso creo fue lo que lo empujó a ser el entrenador de la selección mexicana, porque de ahí salieron la base de jugadores esa vez para Brasil. Pero lo que hizo con la selección mexicana fue grandioso. I think he was the perfect coach to coach the selección mexicana at the moment. And, you know, his game in the World Cup was amazing. Better than Russia, better than South Africa. Just that World Cup was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I remember him for America, right? I mean, his both stints. Yeah. But I mean, I think at both times when he went with America, the first stint, the second stint, and also the time that he went to the selección, those were the perfect moments just for him, right? He's the kind of coach that pretty much motivates the players. He's a player's coach. I mean, he played there before. He had that relationship with a lot of players that he was able to develop. And I think that was the reason that he was chosen also as the selección coach when they needed to go to the repechaje, right? I think they played New Zealand to get into the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he was the perfect motivator for that team, for that base, which translated also to a World Cup when they pretty much almost made it if it wasn't for the no hora penal. But yeah, I mean, I think he's an amazing coach, and hopefully he not to cost America a title, right? But hopefully he does good things with Tigres.
Claro. All right, guys. Pues vamos a tomarnos un pequeñito break. We'll be right back. But let's just remind everyone about our friends at El Cafecito Podcast. Este es un podcast que, if you're looking for a podcast that talks about the, ahora sí que los issues affecting the Latinx community y pues todo lo que tenga que ver con la ahora sí que la raza, la sociedad de ahorita. Go check it out. Go check out El Cafecito Podcast. Mira, a lot of issues affecting the Latinx community. They have a topic for everything that goes on with esta comunidad. Así que check them out con Ramón ahí, Don Ramón ahí con todo su crew, con Jess Nayeli y Mr. 915. Así que go check them out, guys. Help them out, help out the community aquí con el Cafecito Podcast. Ya volvemos. We're back, guys. Aquí en el Mexican Soccer Podcast. Let's remind everyone that if you guys want una de estas cool t-shirts that we are wearing, vayan a hinchabrand.com. Ahora sí que nuestros patrocinadores ahí oficiales. You guys can get this awesome merchandise, not only on 3 Online merchandise, but a lot of the cool stuff that they have to offer. Obviously, help us out as well. Nuestras playeras, we have really cool designs, and there's the only place that you can find them right now is at hinchabrand.com. Así que go check it out, guys. Check it out. All right, and vámonos a ir ahora sí un poquito a desviar del fútbol mexicano. Let's talk about la MLS, because it's returning this weekend. Aquí me parece que vamos a aquí enseñarles un graphic de los partidos que se viene este fin de semana. We're gonna have Chichadios en acción, right? I mean, así que vamos a ver si cuando esté listo el productor que nos ponga el gráfico ahí de los partidos, because vamos a ver cómo les va a ir a los mexicanos aquí, los extranjeros. Ahí está, muchachos. Pues mira, está el Timbers contra LA Galaxy. Chicago va a recibir a Miami. Los Quakes, el duelo de mexicanos, los Quakes contra Sporting KC de Pulido. Y LAFC recibe a Colorado. También tenemos ahí a Sounders contra Atlanta y en Nashville contra Austin. Pues ahí están los partidos buenos. Do you guys think that Chicharito va a meter ahí el gol, or are you guys looking into a different game? What do you think? I mean, Chicharito's at the top of the moment. So, Fernando, what do you think?
See, now that I know that Chicharito's scoring goals like crazy, and it's 7 goals now, I'm gonna start watching LA Galaxy just because of Chicharito.
Luis, are you excited for any of these games? You want to see Chicharito continue to score sus goles ahí, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly exciting. I mean, even though I'm an LAFC fan, I mean, it is exciting seeing Chicharito finally break out of that spell that he had last season, where he couldn't score a goal. He only scored 2 goals through the entire season. But I mean, it's awesome seeing him coming back to form. Building that confidence again, and who knows, man, maybe going back to the selección and being the key piece again.
Right, we all wait to see that happening. I mean, he's looking to increase his streak. Tiene 7 games in 5 games, 7 goals in 5 games, and looking into breaking or at least reaching that. Ahora sí que ese récord que puso Carlos Vela con 34 goles.
Pero ya va a jugar Vela, todavía no.
Tampoco.
Do you guys see? I know this is a hot topic. Do you guys see this happening? It's only, a few games right now. I mean, this is the very, very the beginning of the season. He already has 7 goals. Fernando, what do you think, man?
No, sí se puede. ¿Por qué no? Creo que, de lo que he visto, el Galaxy tiene buen equipo y con el Chicharito que le distribuían balones, ¿por qué no podría romper el récord de Vela? Y aparte, Vela no está jugando, ¿ya regresó?
Ya regresó. He played a few minutes the last game. I believe he's ready. He should be starting this week. Yeah. So, but Fernando, what do you think, man? I mean, is it doable?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, y para hacer las cosas más interesantes entre Vela y Chicharito, que rompa el récord para que Vela se sienta bajo presión y siga jugando mejor. Es una competición amistosa, ¿no?
Claro. And Luis, do you see this happening, or do you want this to happen, being an LAFC fan?
A ver, vamos a ver. Se puede imaginar cosas chingonas, ¿verdad? Como dice Chicharito. Pero de que vaya a pasar, sí. ¿Quién sabe? Honestly, we'll see. I mean, he's playing amazing right now. He's back in form, but I think it's going to be hard. I mean, obviously we're barely week 5, week 6.
Yeah, this is going to be
there's still a long season 6, to go.
Yeah. So
I mean, we're barely in the start. So I mean, there's still teams that like LAFC is still trying to get their footing. I mean, right now LAFC is in the bottom of the West, which I don't think a lot of us really expected that. But I mean, there's still teams trying to get their footing. We still have, who knows, man? Maybe at the end of the season, it's going to be Pulido and Chicharito playing for that top goal spot.
Right? Pulido tuvo un doblete el fin de semana pasado, so yeah, he definitely. But let's remind people too that Chicharito never promised to be the leading scorer of the MLS, pero Pulido sí. Pulido dijo que quería ser el máximo goleador de la MLS. So, I mean, what do you think, Fernando? I mean, can he? I mean, Pulido break this score or at least tie it?
No, creo que Pulido no va a competir contra Chicharito. Si el Chicharito sigue en el buen momento que está ahorita, creo que fácil va a dejar a Vela, a Pulido y a todos los demás atrás sin que le pisen cola, nada más. O sea, siempre y cuando el Chicharito mantenga el buen fútbol.
Claro, I definitely think that Chicharito can do it. I don't know if Pulido can do it. I think Pulido is more of su jugador aferrado that helps the team a lot, that he is more of a, physical player. And I mean, con Chivas fue goleador, but let's remember that en México, o sea, con 9 goles es el máximo goleador. Entonces, Chicharito siempre ha sido muchos lo caracteriza como un cazagoles, right? But that's what you gotta do sometimes too. You need
Pero
to
es que
have
hay
players
jugadores
like
que
that
ni siquiera saben estar en el momento y en el lugar indicado. El Chicharito está en donde tiene que estar y pues si le llegan los balones los aprovecha. Él sabe aprovechar, cosa que muchos jugadores no saben hacer.
Claro que sí. And I think he can do it. But Luis, I mean, ¿qué pasa con Vela? Yo sé que tuvo una lesión ahí que es misteriosa para mí porque nunca dijeron exactamente qué le pasó. And is he gonna come back into rhythm? I mean, being a fan of LAFC, ¿lo ves que se recupere y venga con más fuerza ya al regreso de la liga? Or what's going on with Vela, man?
Yeah, no, I think he will. I mean, I think I believe this Saturday they will be playing here at home. So I think he'll get more minutes. Obviously, I don't think he's going to play the full game. He's going to get eased into the games, but I think it's a matter of time. Obviously, he's going to take a little bit more, but yeah, I think he's only played at 40 something minutes throughout this whole season. So I mean, especially coming off last season where he messed up his knee and pretty much missed the entire season. I mean, coming back like that and having another injury, it's pretty big, and it's obviously affecting the team. I mean, we can see in the results they're bottom of the West, so that's something that hopefully will help the team out and also bring more competition to the rivalry between LAFC and LA Galaxy.
Claro. Entonces, pero mira, now let's move on into the next game because tenemos un battle de los extranjeros con el coach más mexicano, el coach más mexicano, Pelado Almeida. Con sus Earthquakes van a recibir al Sporting KC de Pulido. Are we going to see some sparks in this game? La Chofis, el Güero Fierro y Alanis contra Pulido.
Oye, pero todos estos son jugadores de Chivas, que en algún momento jugaron en Chivas.
Por eso estamos todos aquí.
Pues es que los mandan todos para acá.
Hey, es que la gente sabe lo que hay acá, y pues...
No, es que ya me puse a pensar y creo que no hay ninguno que no haya pasado por Chivas.
Es que todos pasan por Chivas, Ben. Todos pasan por Chivas.
O más bien, llegan a Chivas, se decepcionan y mejor se vienen para acá. No quieren estar en ese equipo.
Simón. Es que mira, aquí hay... Los fans de Chivas están en todos lados. Mira, los del América nos quieren alcanzar. Pregúntale a Luis. Pero... Hey, man, that's what we have. Y pues la gente los quiere aquí y pues obvio que trae ratings para sus equipos. That's why por eso tenemos demasiados aquí, Y
mira, mientras vengan a jugar, mientras vengan a jugar bien y que mejoren futbolísticamente para que tengan un buen desempeño en la selección mexicana, adelante, que se traigan a todos los que quieran.
Claro, pues sí, pero mira, y fíjate que hay mucho seleccionado aquí. There's a lot of national team players jugando en la MLS, Y y pues Pulido es uno de ellos y ahorita se ha metido en esa lista del Tata Martino a pesar de que ha tenido sus lesiones. Luis, what do you think about? I mean, Pulido, I mean, being estando le está yendo bien, ¿eh? Fíjate que la temporada pasada no le fue tan mal.
No, he was dealing with injuries. I mean, I know that's what slowed him down, and people in Kansas City really love him. I mean, I've covered some of the games for us for El Tri Online on social media with Sporting Kansas City, and I mean, every time I go through the threads on Twitter, on Kansas City's Instagram, Facebook, they love Puligol. I mean, you see everyone putting Puligol every time he scores. So I mean, he's a fan favorite over there. So I mean, he's gotten love from the fans. He's doing well, obviously, aside from the injuries, right, that kept him out for a while last season, and that he's had to struggle with in the beginning of this season. But I mean, he's doing good. I obviously think that little by little he's going to be getting better throughout the season. But I think he's doing an okay job. I mean, honestly, from a player, wouldn't you want to hear a new refuerzo saying that I want to be the top goal scorer of the league? I mean, that's what you always want to hear, even though a lo mejor nunca lo va a agarrar, pero.
And I hope his good soccer transfers over to the Selección Mexicana during the Gold Cup and, important tournaments. Que no se apague nada más cuando llegue a la Selección Mexicana.
Claro, but I think that, I mean, these two teams are, they're doing good. Mira, están en el lugar número 3, Sporting KC, en el lugar número 5 está San Jose Earthquakes. They're only like 2 spots from each other. And, entonces, o sea, mira, los dos han tenido torneos buenos in the past. They have had good tournaments. Y pues, o sea, el Almeida, ya ahora en su tercer torneo con Earthquakes, ahora sí tiene un conjunto ya más sólido ahorita, and it's showing. Ever since last season too, towards the end, they kind of got track. They made it to the playoffs. This time again, Sporting KC has always been in the top spots too over there, and I mean, I definitely see this being a good game. And I mean, anything you guys want to add about this game?
No, I mean, I'm really excited to watch it. I mean, I honestly like MLS. I really like watching MLS games, and especially when there's a extranjero involved. And I mean, I think it's going to be a really good matchup, especially with Almeida on one side, and then we have Pulido on the other side. So it's going to be a very entertaining game.
All right, and this is the question, la pregunta del millón, ¿eh? ¿Cuál de los extranjeros va a hacer su gol en este partido? Porque tenemos extranjeros de los dos lados. Fernando.
Pues como viene jugando Pulido, y esperemos que sea Pulido para que llegue a su meta de ser el goleador.
Y Luis, what do you think? ¿La Super Chofis va a meter su segundo gol del torneo?
Te lo voy a cambiar, va a ser Alanis.
Alanis, mírate que un defensa and he's always in the o los tiros libres o los penalties o es good header too. So es uno de esos jugadores defensivos que siempre anda metiendo goles,
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so I mean, saludos aquí al the Rec 416. Mira, dice saludos a la banda. Pues muchachos, vamos a ver qué otro partido tenemos aquí. Well, actually, let's talk about a little bit about let's talk about before we go and move into el Tri. Tenemos que hablar del Tri esta noche. Let's talk about Pizarro, y que se nos olvidó ahí de que también no le está yendo muy bien, Pizarro, con su Miami.
¿No está jugando o qué?
No, pues el partido pasado jugó 1 minuto. He wasn't playing until the last game when he got to see 1 minute in the pitch.
Bueno, y entonces, ¿cuál es la cuestión aquí? Es que el juego de Pizarro está bajando. Y eso se lo vengo diciendo ya desde hace varias semanas.
Claro, Luis, I mean, because, this, we have to mention Pizarro because, let's remember, we got to talk about Tata Martino because it's one of his favorites, pero no le está yendo muy bien.
No, para nada le está yendo bien en Miami. Ahorita, he's getting left off pretty much the roster. He's getting moved to the bench pretty much, little by little. I mean, and the team they're in playoff contention as of right now. But I mean, if he was a key part, I mean, the reason they brought him was he was supposed to be a key part of this team, right? He was one of the DP spots that they have. So I mean, it's interesting to see him being moved down and down and down in the roster spot of the top players for the team. So there's something definitely going on.
Yeah, and definitely.
Could it be personal with the coach?
No, but well, let's go into this. Let's move on into la selección. Y tenemos aquí un graphic, ¿eh? A ver, guys. Soundbite. I'm sorry. In some, but no, but we have a schedule. I think the schedule 2 for el 3 is. All right, let's mira, me está regañando el productor. Vamos a escuchar el soundbite de el Tata Martino talking about this subject.
Por su tiempo, profe. Hace pocos minutos el entrenador de Wolverhampton dijo que a Raúl Jiménez le falta todavía muchos pasos a seguir para llegar a ser o volver a jugar o estar en las canchas. Mi pregunta hacia ustedes, ¿en qué punto la selección mexicana en el camino se ha convertido en centro de rehabilitación para jugadores lesionados y no en llamar a los jugadores que están en gran momento o en buen momento?
Bueno, en todo caso, nosotros no hemos llamado futbolistas para que se vengan a rehabilitar, salvo el caso de Raúl Jiménez. En la última convocatoria, tanto Henry como Alan, los que tuvieron problemas físicos, Araujo, estaban cuando fueron convocados aptos para la competencia. Y en el caso de Raúl es un caso muy especial, de un futbolista muy especial y el cual nosotros tenemos la necesidad de colaborar con el Wolverhampton para su recuperación, porque es de especial interés para nosotros, sabiendo que el lugar principal de su recuperación va a ser su club.
¿Cómo analiza el momento muy bueno que está teniendo Chicharito Hernández en el arranque de la liga y cómo ve el presente de los internacionales mexicanos que están acá en MLS actuando muy bien aparte?
Bueno, el comienzo de Javier inmejorable, muy bueno el comienzo del equipo, obviamente dentro de esto Javier con sus goles se ha destacado sobre los demás, pero también es muy bueno el comienzo en el equipo tanto de Jonathan, por supuesto, como de Efraín en los momentos en que le ha tocado jugar. Ha tenido muy buenas participaciones en los últimos partidos, sobre todo Alan en Kansas, y digamos que no ha sido el comienzo ideal para Miami y en este caso para Rodolfo, sobre todo porque los últimos partidos, especialmente el último, le ha tocado estar en el banco de suplentes y ingresar apenas un minuto. Pero más allá de eso, creo que son futbolistas que tienen cualidades para estar en la selección y que bueno, hay que ver cómo se siguen comportando a lo largo de una temporada que es muy extensa y que recién está comenzando.
All right, well, ahí está el Tata Martino. Y bueno, vamos a ver antes de hablar sobre este tema, vamos a ver el schedule que se le viene a la selección mexicana, because it's going to be a busy schedule in the next few months for el Tri, que tiene varios torneos, tiene muchos friendlies, the Nations League, and the Gold Cup, mira, ahí tiene Iceland, Costa Rica, Honduras, Panamá, Nigeria, y luego pues obvio los partidos del Gold Cup, and possibly if he moves on into the final, right? I believe it's going to be the final of the Nations League. So, guys, I mean, are you guys excited for this? Well, actually, let's go back a little bit and to see what Tata Martino said, and talking about some of the subjects that we're talking about. Con el Chicharito not going to la selección, he said that you know, obvio que le está yendo súper bien, pero como que se desvió la pregunta ahí, No, he didn't give us a straight answer that why he didn't call him into la selección. Es un poquito unfair, ¿no?
Pues a mí ya se me está pareciendo que tal vez es algo personal que tiene con el Chícharo, o tal vez a él de plano no le convence para nada. Creo que le debería dar la oportunidad para jugar, para demostrar que sí tiene talento en la selección mexicana.
Claro, es obvio que hay algo más. There's something else about qué pasa internamente, right? And he said, I'm not going to expose that. I'm not going to make that public because that's something that we keep internally. And he's always been like that. And he did about other things too that he has talked with the players. He doesn't like to say much, Luis, but definitely a little bit unfair. Do you see it this way, or what do you think?
Yeah, obviously, I think it's a little unfair. I mean, I think he should be given a shot, at least for right now, right? I mean, that's the way he's playing right now. But I also think it gives an extra motivation to Chicharito, you know, trying to prove that. Yeah. I mean, trying to prove that even if he doesn't get that spot, you know what? I deserve to be there, but I'm going to still keep going and scoring goals. I mean, that I'm not going to let that faze me. So I still think that's a good motivating factor for Chicharito to keep in the back of his head.
Claro. Y otra de las preguntas que le hicieron was about talking about Raúl Jiménez, that la selección se convirtió en un centro de rehabilitación, rehabilitation center, dice que le llaman a la selección. I mean, this is one thing that I don't know. I mean, I get it that, yeah, let's bring Raúl Jiménez para que se integre al grupo, but in my opinion, it's like, no, you have healthy players. Call the healthy players. It sucks for Jiménez. I really,
es que no tienes que ponerlo en el roster para que se venga y conviva con los jugadores. Lo puedes traer sin estar en la lista de seleccionados y que esté a la par con sus compañeros, pero no necesita estar en la lista para ir. Eso es lo que no me gusta que está haciendo el Tata. Ahí podría llamar a Chicharito.
Claro, Luis, I mean, what do you think about this, man? I know Raúl Jiménez es uno de los tuyos, ahí sale de tu cantera ahí. It sucks that what happened to him. It really sucks what happened to him, and it's very unfortunate. And I really, I wish that it never happened because he will never be the same. I've been saying this over time and time again that he will never be the same. Ya no va a ser el mismo cuando regrese, and it was definitely una injury really no se lo deseas a nadie, eh?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, but I think honestly, I think it's necessary. I mean, it keeps Jimenez's hopes up. It keeps him motivated to want to be part of that team, to want to come back strong, right? Even though it's going to take him a while. I mean, he's probably going to be really hesitant, right? Going in for those headers. Going in for those challenges. I mean, it's going to be psychologically really hard on him. I mean,
yes,
I don't think in the beginning he's going to want to fight for those balls. So.
Claro, let's remind people that he's a newly father. He has a family that he has to look for, move on for them. And do you really want to risk your life, over an injury like this? I know, like they said, he's gonna play. He's back to training now. They finally gave him the alta médica para que regrese a training. They said it's completely different training than going into an official match. Obviously, he won't be able to play the rest of this season. He's joining until next season, and he's been stopped now for like 6 months. So, and it's crazy, man. I think
that's the thing. Should we start looking for a replacement? Is that like what this is leading up to? Like, going on forward, like for the World Cup and all those tournaments.
Claro,
ya se nos fue Dios.
Pues y eso es sigue cagando el Tata, ya ves.
Otra de las preguntas que le hicieron, que si le puede mandar un mensaje a Ormeño que se espere, and he's like, yeah, I'm not sending anyone a message. They should take their own decisions, and obviously, no es el momento. Si se quiere ir con otra selección, pues que se vaya, ni pedo.
Igual
tiene que ir y no tiene que dejar que los medios se metan al avión para allá.
Igual y tiene la velita prendida para que llegue Funes Mori. Por eso yo creo que no le anda moviendo aquí a la situación.
Mira, en the comments aquí dice Leo Hernández quiere que Omar Gobea que vaya por Rodolfo Pizarro, dice. Y también Engler Rus dice Chicharito a la selección. Ya ves, la gente lo aclama, lo pide al Chicharito. I think I think we're gonna see him again.
Sí, yo creo que ya con la presión que sienta el Tata de toda la gente que lo quiere ver a Chicharito, igual lo va a llamar nada más para quitarse a la gente.
Tal vez lo llaman para el partido acá en Los Ángeles, que por primera vez lo van a hacer otra vez aquí en Los Ángeles, ya ahorita durante
Puede ser. Vamos a pedirle al producer, if the producer can put back that schedule, a ver qué partido you guys are more excited about right now. De los que ya están listos, porque hay varios que todavía they're pending still. So, what are you guys more excited to see? I mean, they just announced that one that you said in Nigeria, right? It's going to be in LA.
Yeah, that one's going to be at the Coliseum.
Yeah, so I think personally, I want to see that game. I don't know if you guys, any of those other games that we have officially announced are excited. I think that the Nigeria one is the one that I'm looking forward to see.
Yeah, I think Nigeria has always had a great team. Unfortunately for them, les ha tocado jugar contra Argentina en los últimos 3 mundiales, pero siempre le juegan al tú por tú a Argentina y se les complica los partidos a Argentina. Creo que es un buen test para México para ver qué tan bien están jugando ahorita. Y algo fuera de los partidos normales que tenemos como Costa Rica, Honduras. Es algo muy diferente y es para ponernos a prueba. Ese es el que más me llama la atención.
Claro. Well, it's going to be definitely un schedule bien saturado for the month of June, July, and desde ya desde este mes, ¿no? Empieza ya el camino de la selección back in the United States, because ya el año pasado no tuvimos nada aquí. We need this as a fan. Lo tengo que mencionar. And you guys are going to have a game up there, you know? I mean, close to you guys, finally. What are you guys feeling about this?
Yeah, por fin. Finally, man, we get some live soccer that we can go and attend. It's been forever.
I know, man. I know. It's hopefully, a ver si nos vamos a uno de esos partidos.
Too, so asking questions and everything. So.
Definitely. We want to go back.
También hay que esperar para ver, ojalá no pongan restricciones de cuántas personas pueden ir al estadio o que se puede, o sea, no sé cómo va a estar la situación ahí.
Yeah, definitely. We have to be on the lookout for that as well, waiting to see what's going to be. How many fans are they gonna allow in the stadiums? How many, if the press, because the press has been very restricted too. I mean, there's not a lot of press going on too in all these events. So it is affecting everyone. And pero ya vemos la luz al final del túnel. I see light at the end of the tunnel. Así que vamos a ver. We really hope that finally more people get vaccinated and we get to go to all these games. We need them, guys. And a ver, empezando ya con Honduras, ¿no? Me parece que empiezan, ¿con quién empiezan? Con Iceland, right?
Con Iceland.
Iceland empiezan el camino del Tri. Hey, I mean, we're working too as well on some Puro Pinches watch parties, así que be on the lookout, guys, for this too as well, because you know that we always bring this Puro Pinche watch party aquí, guys. Aquí ya me estoy saliendo del script aquí, no es cierto, pero aquí tenemos que promocionar esto también, because guys, you guys seen this Puro Pinche watch party, right?
Yeah, man, I always watch it, man.
It's really cool to share with the fans, to watch along, and
even though I always lose, I never win those giveaways, but
right. All right, guys. Well, anyways, mira, ya se está acercando, se viene ya la final, Santos Puebla, así que we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. And a ver, unos last words from you guys, Luis. Last words. What do you got?
Ese es el año de Puebla. Puebla va a ganar todo.
El camote.
Puebla Cruz Azul final y va a ganar Puebla con un gol de Olmedios. Así para terminar todo así.
Eso es todo. Fernando, your last words.
A ver, mis amigos de Cruz Azul, no se depriman mucho cuando pierda el sábado. Recuerden que tienen amigos aquí si necesitan hablar, ¿eh? Entonces, suerte.
Los de Pumas están llorando toda la temporada.
No, ya nos acostumbramos, ya hemos estado llorando desde que empezó el torneo.
All right, well, guys, don't forget to follow us on social media. We are everywhere, literally everywhere, guys. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch. Estamos hasta en TikTok. I mean, para las generaciones más jóvenes, ahí también estamos en TikTok. And you know, and always join us too for the podcast on Mondays and Thursdays, el Mexican Soccer Podcast para los puros pitchers watch parties as well. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Mira, préndele a la campanita ahí porque para que sepas cada vez que estamos ahí en vivo y cuando subamos más videos, porque tenemos puros videos perrones ahí en YouTube también. All right, guys, well, estamos llegando ya, como les dije, al final de este show. And thank you for being with us today, Luis, Fernando. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, guys.
Nos vemos, cuídense.
Pues vámonos, chavos,